Hello everyone. Today we are going to study few multiple type questions that will help in your NET exam and for other exams. So let's start it. The question is, a writer's characteristic mighty line is associated with any guess? So it is Christopher Marlowe, who is famous for his mighty lines. And Ben Jonson used this expression, if I'm right, for Christopher Marlowe. The second is Shakespeare's history plays may be read as a complement to. So these are the names of few dynasties and houses. So the options are the Plantagenets, the House of Hanover, the Tudor dynasty, William the Conqueror. So the right answer is A, the Plantagenets. So third question is Francis Bacon's Novum Organum is, so we have to define what type of text is this. So is this a history of the world, portrait of the utopian world, collection of personal essays, or philosophical treatise? So it is a philosophical treatise. So now, who found Shakespeare's work highly deplorable and thus referred to the poet as as that drunken fool? So deplorable is not liking or hateable. So who is that poet or writer who disliked Shakespeare's work? Is it Oscar Wilde, Pope, Alexander Pope, or G.B. Shaw, or Voltaire? It is Voltaire who said that, who said this about Shakespeare's works. Now we have Chaucer's contribution to English verse is, so what new thing he added to English poetry? Is it heroic line, the roundel, the decasyllabic line, or weak octosyllabic line? So it is decasyllabic line, the line having 10 syllables. So now we have Utopia by Thomas More. What what are the main arguments in in this text? Does it forbid the acquisition of property? Does it recommend the work or labor for all men, or it extols communism? So it suggests all of the above items. So next question is English language used in court pleadings and in opening parliament in which year the English language was used in court pleadings? So is it 340, 385, 316, 362, or is it 1440? Is this the right answer is 1362. So Will Camp was a famous, who was this person? So was he a famous critic, German novelist, character in The Spectator, which is a magazine, or was a famous clown in Elizabethan theater? So the right answer is famous in Elizabethan theater. So Val Imperia is a character in which of these plays was Val Imperia a character? The White Devil, The Maid's Tragedy, A Game at Chess, The Spanish Tragedy. The right answer is D, The Spanish Tragedy. War of Roses, a name for the civil wars that were waged intermittently between two groups. Which were those two groups in English history who fought this war, the War of Roses? So the right answer is the House of Lancaster and the House of York. So now question 11 is, Stella is the name used by, who has used this as a pseudonym? Shakespeare, Spenser, Swift, or Sydney? The right answer is Sydney. School of Night is a term which figures in which of the plays by Shakespeare figures this School of Night. So the options are As You Like It, Love's Labour Lost, Macbeth, or Richard III. The right answer is Love's Labour Lost. Now, the question is Juliet appears in a play other than Romeo and Juliet. So, and we know one of the plays that features Juliet as a character. Which other play by Shakespeare features this character? The options are The Two Gentlemen of Verona, Measure for Measure, Pericles, or Much Ado About Nothing. The right answer is Measure for Measure. Now, the question 14. The War of Roses figures in the works of which of the works figures this War of Roses? Shakespeare, Chaucer, Langland, or Sydney? We just read one in one of the options. It is Shakespeare. So since the war happened in medieval period, someone might guess, okay, it might be Chaucer or Langland, but it is actually Shakespeare who figures the War of Roses in his work. Gloriana in the Spencers, the Fairy Queen is identified with. So, this Gloriana is a character which features in The Fairy Queen by Spencer. Who is it inspired by? So, the options are Queen Matilda, Mary Tudor, Mary Queen of Scots, or Elizabeth First. So, the right answer is Elizabeth First. Now, the question 16. The earliest play in the following list of history plays of Shakespeare is, so which is the which is the first history play by Shakespeare? So the options are Henry VI by Part Third, Henry IV Part First, Henry VIII, or Richard II. So the right answer is Richard II. So here is a quote: "The mischief feeds like beasts till they are fat and then they bleed." Which works underscores this moral quote? Othello, Volpone, Dr. Foster's Game at Chess. The right option is Volpone. Now 18, question 18. The dead butcher and his find like queen. Who speaks this about whom? The Fool about Cornwall and Regan, Hamlet about Claudius and Gertrude, Iago about Othello and Desdemona, Malcolm about Macbeth and his wife. The right answer is Malcolm about Macbeth and his wife. Now the question 18. The bird does King Lear compare his ungrateful daughters, Goneril and Regan. What is the word he uses to refer to his daughters? Eagle, falcon, hawk, or vulture. So he uses the word vulture to refer to his daughters. Now the question 18. To which society to which society did Charles II grant a royal charter in 1662 to promote national knowledge? British Academy, British Council, the Royal Society, Cambridge University. The right answer is the Royal Society. Now the question 21. Thy soul was a thy soul was like a star dwelt apart. Wordsworth writes this legendary line about who is the poet Wordsworth writes this about? Chaucer, Milton, Shakespeare, Spenser. The right answer is Milton. He uses these lines for Milton. Thy soul was like a star and dwelt apart. Now, the question 22. Two dominant figures of Jacobean poetry. Who were two famous poets who wrote in Jacobean period, which is 1603 and 1625, this period after the Elizabethan period. So the right answer is Donne and Johnson. You have to remember that Milton and both Milton and Marvel, they wrote after Jacobean period. Now the quote, "Cover her face, mine eyes dazzle. She died young." This line from play refers to which is the character who these lines are used for. First option is Cleopatra, Ophelia, the Duchess of Malfi, Lady Diana. The right answer is the Duchess of Malfi. Now, question 24. Milton's work protesting against a law regulating the publication of books is Paradise Regained, Tetracordon, Arcades, or Areopagitica. The right answer is option A, Areopagitica. Now, the last question is which novel has two alternative endings? So, it is a modernist work. So, the options are Midnight's Children, Lady Chatterley's Lover, Ulysses, The French Lieutenant's Women. The right answer is D, The French Lieutenant's Women. This is a modernist novel which is known for two alternative endings. I hope you like these questions. Have a nice day.